So welcome back to another episode. If you're new here, I am all about helping you master your mindset so that you can achieve your goals and live a life that you're excited about. And today we are talking about the truth about why you're really struggling to get motivated. Now I know that so many of us right now are struggling to find motivation. We're burnt out. We're tired. And guess what? That fuel isn't hustle. It's meaning. I felt completely stuck. My mind was overthinking everything. It was beating me up for not already having the answers. Well, 90% of the time that's because you're not fueled and inspired. Now, look, I know that this may seem really simple, but it's so important. You have to understand that resistance comes up for a reason. You know, the universe doesn't throw things at you just to make you suffer. It throws things at you to teach you and guide you. You wouldn't expect to find your soulmate on your first date, but you'd still put effort into it. So same thing. And when you stop pushing yourself away from who you want to be and start asking how you can get there in a way that feels good to you, that's when the magic happens. You don't need to become a different person. You just need to realign with the version of you that's already there, waiting to flow. With figuring out what works for you, you're going to have to experiment. You're going to have to try new things. You might fail. You might mess up. But as long as you're moving in the direction of what lights you up, you're going to find your groove. And so if you're looking for support and speaking kindly to yourself, I have something special to share with you. I've created a free group called Mindsets that will empower you to master your mindset and live an extraordinary life. In this group, you'll find a supportive community of like-minded individuals who are on their own mindset mastery journey. Together, we'll share resources, motivation, and tips to help you reach your goals. So click the link below to join the group. It's free to join, and we would love to have you. Is it fear? Are you confused? And so when you feel resistant towards something, sit with that feeling, explore it, figure out what's underneath it. Until then, stay curious, stay kind, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys. Did someone tell you that something has to be a certain way, and you scared to go against that? Figure out what's under the surface. Take a breath and say, no, I'm not lazy. I'm just misaligned. And so the more group meetings that I have, the more drained I become. And I choose to find my flow again. Pause. Because the most powerful changes start with how you speak to yourself. You need to pay attention to where your energy goes, because chances are, if you're doing more of the things that drain you, you're going to get more dread and burnout. Do more of the things that fuel you, and scale back on the things that drain you. And when you're doing more of the things that fuel you, you're going to get more excitement and an inspiration. For instance, I personally thrive off of solo work. And when I do more solo-focused work, the more energized and motivated I am. The key here is to recognize that there is no better way to live your life than yours. There is no better way to do work than your way. Yes, there are ways that other people do their work that they love, and that's great, but it doesn't mean that you have to copy them. Instead, use this knowledge to your advantage. Make it smaller, connect it to something you love. Use these 3 steps to help you realign with yourself. And instead of scolding yourself for being distracted, ask yourself, what am I resisting? And how can I make it easier? And that's when I paused and I said to myself, okay, why am I resisting this? And instead of sitting there and forcing myself to come up with a perfect plan, I got up and I went for a walk. You're being pulled by purpose. And that's where the magic is. And in that walk, I had the best ideas that ended up turning into this month's content plan. Can you reframe the task? You're not broken. You're not a failure for feeling stuck. And in doing so, you'll notice that motivation isn't a problem anymore because you're constantly in flow. You're not lacking motivation. You're just out of alignment. That's not a discipline issue. That's a direction issue. Maybe you're just meant to be a dreamer. Motivation is like a fire. Fire doesn't just happen. It needs the right fuel. Notice what drains you vs. what fuels you. You're not unmotivated. You're uninspired. Now that you've asked the questions, it's time to realign. And I was like, see, I knew it. There's a reason that I wasn't vibing with planning. It's because it was Sunday night, and Sundays are for rest, not work. And when I do plan my content for the week, it's best to do it on a Wednesday, when I'm in the flow of creativity and productivity. And so by shifting and moving and allowing myself to not plan, I was able to show up better for myself and for you in the long run. So instead of forcing yourself to do what you should eat the frog, jump in and push through, ask yourself, what do I actually care about? Where does my energy feel easy? What's one thing today that feels like me? When you shift from pushing to pulling, from forcing to flowing, discipline becomes effortless. You're not dragging yourself forward. But before you call yourself lazy or broken or a procrastinator, let's clear something up real quick. You're not lazy. The truth? And once you shift that, everything changes. Ever notice how you can lose hours doing something you love, watching videos, scrolling TikTok, playing a game, but the moment you have to be productive, you hit a wall. Like literally your body physically can't move. You retrying to force energy into things that don't light you up, and your mind knows it. So what do you do when you've told yourself you're lazy one too many times? You give up on yourself. You throw in the towel because if you keep failing at getting motivated, then maybe you just aren't cut out for this. Maybe you're not a hard worker. Here's what I want you to see. I remember staring at this blank page for an hour last week, trying to plan out my social media content, and nothing was coming to me. You know when you're trying to get your work done, but you keep finding distractions around you. And so to help you do that, I've got some simple steps to share with you. Step 1. Step 2. Ask where the resistance is. Is it fear? Is it confusion? Is it someone else's expectation? And step 3, realign. And yes, it's going to take some trial and error to get it right. Like think about dating. So let me leave you with this. Your desire to succeed is already inside you. It's just waiting to be pulled forward. So the next time that voice whispers, "You're lazy," that being said, there is power in community. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure to tune in next week for another Mindset Mentor episode.